Again, Dixon inviting Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Thanks for hanging out with us here on your Radidio dial or on our app since we're still having a little tower problem. We know. Appreciate the fact that nobody's really bugging us on the text line today. I think we got all the complaints about it out of the way.
Maybe.
Of course, now that you've said that.
Yeah, now they'll be like, well, right, I've been noticing that. What's wrong? I can't hear you as well. I just got it in my car.
We have a minor tower problem that we are in the process of fixing, but if you download the app, the Talk 99.5 app, available in your app store for both Android and iPhone, you will be able to enjoy us wherever you go. We've got a nice day until the rain shows up. Got about a 40% chance of rain this afternoon. Looks like it could be somewhere between 2 and 6. Difficult to tell. 91 for a high today. Got a 50% chance of rain tomorrow, so it goes up just a little bit. And then, 40 again on Saturday. 60, by the way. 60 on Sunday. So, overall, just kind of look at it as we got about half and half chance of rain every day for the next 4 or 5 days. Mm-hmm. And, maybe we get some, maybe we don't. Just be prepared for it, okay? Okay.
I love this. Jeff sent us a text of one of our clients that's on the station. So, clients, you never know when our listeners are going to snap a picture of something that you're doing and send it back.
A little shout out? Yeah.
I think he's traveling down the road and saw Mr. Bug's truck and took a picture of it and sent it to us. We see you.
Thank you.
We see you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another one of our fine sponsors and folks who are living out in the country. If you live on a dirt road, there's a good chance that you've got yourself a well. You're getting well water out there. And well water is not always all it's cracked up to be. We always have these visions of a fantastic spring water pump and delicious and cold coming right out of the ground, and it's just so lovely. That is almost never the case. Most of the time when you're pumping well water out, it's got ground chemicals in it. It has got rust. It's got that rusty color that is just nasty. It's got a lot of hardness to it, and consequently, it would be a good idea to get yourself a whole home Aqua Systems system. They start at $0 down, $60 a month, or you can get 12 months, same as cash. That is going to, and by the way, they have yet to run across a well they cannot fix and get to perfect. When I say perfect, I mean just the H, the 2, and the O. There's nothing else in there. And that is an amazing experience to go from what you've been dealing with to going to water that you're just like, this is exactly what we were hoping for. It tastes better when you cook with it. It cleans better when you clean with it. Showering becomes a joy. Every single thing about this water is going to improve your life, but don't take my word for it. Call 383-3999 and ask for a free, no-obligation demonstration. 383-3999. Find them online at iwantgreatwater.com. iwantgreatwater.com. Aqua Systems can make that happen for you. Aqua Systems, 383-3999. With that being said, here's this guy.
It's Steve's turn.
Well, this morning we found out about Bonnie Tyler. Yesterday found out about actress Louise Lasser, who passed away earlier this week, likely best known for playing the title role in the 1970s ABC series Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Lasser, born April 11th, 1939 in New York City. Both her parents actually took their own lives. Her mother first tried in 1961. Louise actually happened to be there and stopped it, but unfortunately she tried again and succeeded in 1964. Her father would continue on into the 1980s, even got pretty well known himself, writing the book series Everyone's Income Tax Guide. It began in the 1970s, continued into the 1980s, before inexplicably he took his own life as well. Louise herself graduated high school, went on to Brandeis University. She studied political science before deciding it wasn't for her. She quit school, began working and doing acting and improv in coffee shops and bars in and around Greenwich Village before finally landing one of her big breaks, the understudy role for the play I Can Get It For You Wholesale, understudy to Barbra Streisand. She'd continue on Broadway, but began doing other auditions. She landed a role in the daytime soap opera The Doctors, also did numerous television commercials. 1966, met, married actor, writer, and director Woody Allen. 3 years later, Allen finally chose her for a role in the movie Take the Money and Run. And she and Allen continued the working and personal relationship past their 1970 divorce, as she would go on to star in Allen's films like Bananas and Everything You Were Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask. Those roles got her a reputation as something of a comedic actress, led to TV and movie roles in things like Such Good Friends and Slither on the big screen and on the small screen, roles in Love American Style, The Bob Newhart Show, and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. But her biggest role came in 1975 when she landed the role of Mary Hartman in the soap opera Send Up Show, doubled the name of the title character. Spoof series debuted January of 1976, began airing 5 nights a week for 2 seasons on a kind of a first-run syndicated style, meaning it would air on different nights and times depending on what city you might be in. Norman Lear said later that Lasser was actually his first and only choice to play the role after a producer friend had read the script and recommended Lasser for it. But she initially refused the role. Later reread the script, decided to take the part. But the schedule of creating 5 episodes a week wore on Lasser. She left after 2 seasons and 325 total episodes. The series did continue on for a short time, renamed as Forever Fernwood. The show, by the way, has been named not just once but twice as one of TV Guide's top cult shows ever. She also notably hosted Saturday Night Live in its final episode of the 1976 season, its first season. According to those on the show, she was hard to work with due to refusing to do certain sketches. Lasser later said she felt less than welcome, especially by Chevy Chase, who she claimed was, quote, like a bully, mean. And but she did say that she adored Gilda Radner. After leaving Mary Hartman, she'd go on to write and co-star in the made-for-TV movie Just Me and You with Charles Grodin. She was in Taxi on a recurring role as the ex-wife of Judd Hirsch's character Alex, and would continue acting well into the 2020s, appearing on shows like St. Elsewhere and many more. Her last roles were in the 2022 movie Funny Pages, her last TV appearance, the 2018 television film Did You Know My Husband? As I noted, she was married to Woody Allen from 1966 to 1970, but she never remarried. She went on to open the Louise Lasser Acting Studio on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, not too far from where she lived, and it was at her home in Manhattan where she passed away. It was reported that she passed away Monday the 6th. Cause of death not revealed, but Louise Lasser was 87 years old.
Unexpected?
I have to admit, I hadn't thought about Louise Lasser in a long time.
I hadn't either.
I mean, no disrespect to her,
Yeah.
but, it's just wasn't one of those names that was just top of mind.
Yeah, I certainly I remember Mary Hartman when it came out. It was talked about a great deal at school, and I watched a couple episodes, and I said, not for me. Now, Fernwood Tonight was my kind of show. Martin Mull as a smarmy talk show host with Fred Willard as his sidekick.
Slightly different.
Yeah, it was a half hour. It was very funny, and it succeeded Mary Hartman. When I think about Louise Lasser, I do think about 2 things. I think about Take the Money and Run, actually bananas and Take the Money and Run. And then I think about the Saturday Night Live, that she was one of the few guest hosts that was banned from ever being invited back because she was just so horrible. She complained, oh, yeah, I didn't like the cast. She threw a little hissy fit. She locked herself in her dressing room.
Oh, no, you can't have
She wasn't coming.
Yeah.
It's like, you've been here a week. We've been rehearsing for a while. The show is live. You don't get to do this.
And she flatly refused to do one sketch with Gilda Radner, ended up having Jane Curtin fill in for it.
Yeah.
And I think that
That did
obviously
it.
hurt her reputation
Sure
as well.
did.
Yeah. Anyway, there's not a lot of people. There was Milton Berle was one. Louise Lasser was one. I think Adrian Brody was one. There was like 5 or 6 people that have been banned from Saturday Night Live ever coming back to host, and it's like a shadow ban. They don't talk about it. They just don't invite them to come back with good reason.
And you're like, why wasn't I invited back?
I
I don't
know.
understand. What did I do?
I thought I had a good time. I don't think Louise ever wanted to go back, by the way, but she had a weird deadpan sort of acting style that popped up again and again in so many of her roles. And anytime I did run across her in something, I'd always be a little bit surprised, like, oh, someone hired her? Okay. All righty then.
Surprise.
If that's what works for you, fine, be that way. Thank you, Steve. I guess tomorrow we're going to hear about Bonnie Tyler. Is that a fair bet?
Maybe so, yeah. I might just do that.
Or you might go see young Washington today and give us a review on that.
I'd like to, but it's probably not going to happen today. I've got other things going on.
You
He's
have
busy.
other things going on.
Steve
in
is
your life?
busy.
I know.
Other
Hard to
than,
believe, do
other
I?
than this show?
I know. It's
Do you
hard to believe.
realize how much really outside of what he does here?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
it'll make your head spin.
No, I'm fully aware. He is a music trivia mister.
There you go.
He's,
At
hosting
multiple
that,
places,
yeah.
multiple nights.
He's constantly going out there. Well,
Uh-huh.
people.
He's got a show on Saturday morning here.
Yeah,
He's got to prep for that.
he does a little podcast.
Does a little
as well.
thing out at Talladega
So a
and
little-
at
every
Auto
once in a while.
Motorsports.
We're not trying to trivialize your little gig over at Talladega.
That's not a little gig, no
Well,
doubt about it.
and I've said this on many occasions. People ask me, so what do you do for a living? Which job?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
get
if you got a couple of
27.
minutes, let me tell you about
I
all
got
of it.
27 jobs I'm doing right now. Let's talk about gtauctions.com and the auction that they have coming. Absolute auction. No minimums. This is, and no reserves. 34 or so commercial acres in Pell City, right there on both Highway US 231 and Stemley Bridge Road. If you know where the Publix is, it's right across from that. 15,000 cars a day go driving by, and this auction is taking place on July 16th, which is just about a week from now. Very cool. GTauctions.com to tell you more about it. But this piece of property has been in the same family's hands for 70 years. It's never been developed. What you might be able to do with this is the sky's the limit when you get right down to it. It is commercially zoned for all the best types of uses. Once again, Pell City, Highway 231 and Stemley Bridge Road, right near the Publix. July 16th, gtauctions.com to find out more. There you can also find out about an auction coming up that is in Argo. There's two, really. One is Argo Margaret Road, and the other one is 65 Anger Street, just about 300 feet off of US 11. You can throw in one more auction that is coming up later in Hoover, and that is going to be on John Hawkins Parkway and 459. Woo! We're talking about some really good traffic over there, and we can tell you more about that as we get closer. Again, I don't want to confuse you with a bunch of names and dates and times. I just want you to go to gtauctions.com to look all this stuff up, especially this one that is coming up in just a few short days. Pell City, 34 or so acres, July 16th, zoned perfectly, gtauctions.com. 9:22, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. Speaking of televisions, I found myself at Sam's Club yesterday picking up a few items. And just watching, as I walk by that whole line of TVs, and I say, really, 75-inch TVs are going for $450 right now. 85-inch TVs are still under $1,000. I'm like, what in the world is... When do they just start handing them out? At some point, they're just going to be like, just take all you want. Just come get
They're pretty cheap.
I mean,
They're pretty darn cheap.
55 inches for under $200 right now. This is becoming insane. And I guess the technology is just at the point where they're, easy to churn out at that price. I remember when a 25-inch color TV solid state Magnavox
Solid state.
would set you
That's so
back.
funny to hear
Exactly,
that.
no tubes.
Yeah.
Would set you back, $1,000. Crazy. Nice big console. It was a piece of furniture, remember?
Absolutely, it was.
Now
Then
it's
you'd
like
have to call-
100-inch flat screens with, 8K and all that kind of stuff. You can get those for a little over $1,000.
The best was when you had to call the Magnavox man to
Yeah.
come out and fix it
Oh, yeah.
with his bag of tools.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, oh, how long is this going to take? I'm missing the Brady Bunch. Come on. Look. What the heck?
Yeah,
Well, it's going to be a few hours because I'm going to take this back off here.
TV
and then I have to
repairman
pull this through here.
Coming to
and-
your house.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to have to order this part. I'll be back in a couple of days.
Yeah,
That's
couple
like
of
3
days.
episodes of the Brady Bunch.
Couple
What the
of
heck?
days. Oh my God. Here's an interesting story. Polio was eradicated in the United States in 1979, but the effects of the virus have lingered for one Oklahoma woman, the last polio survivor in America to depend on an iron lung.
Whoa, yeah. I haven't heard of the iron lung in a long time.
78-year-old Martha Ann Lillard talked to News 4's Ali Meyer, invited her to her home 3 weeks ago because she was desperate for help with repairs. She lived more than 70 years at the
Could you
mercy
imagine that?
of that machine. I could not.
My heavens.
Before the vaccine, polio outbreak sparked widespread terror in America, especially among families with kids. Tens of thousands of people died of polio. Survivors were often paralyzed, disfigured, or confined to an iron lung as the disease was eradicated by childhood immunizations. So was the need for the iron lung. The very last American in an iron lung lived in Shawnee, Oklahoma. She remembers the day she knew she had polio back in 1953.
Y'all.
I got it on my
That's-
5th birthday. I woke up. It was sunny outside. I started to sit up, and my neck was killing me. I couldn't lift my head off the pillow. That was 2 years before the vaccine was widely available in America. That year, 35,000 Americans got polio. After 4 days, Lillard fell unconscious. Couldn't breathe, couldn't move my arms or legs, paralyzed all over. The iron lung saved her life. She spent 6 months in the hospital learning to breathe on her own. Initially, she lived in the iron lung 23 hours a day,
No.
spent 1 hour a day outside the iron lung, rehabilitating her paralyzed limbs. When I got in it, I was tired. I was getting in there. It was wonderful. She came home to Shawnee with the iron lung. Eventually, she taught herself to walk again. Her right arm remained paralyzed, but she could partially use her left. Her grandfather retrofitted the tank, adding a secondary motor so she could open the hatch from the inside. Wow.
I can't imagine that life, y'all.
This thing,
Just
it
cannot.
uses pressure to fill your lungs and allow them to expel. So there are all kinds of machines that do that for you now, but there are people who could not use those machines for one reason or another, and so the iron lung was the only choice. The last man who used an iron lung died a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I remember that story.
This guy became a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was, really quite brilliant. And he'd been in an iron lung for almost his entire life. And he had to study, he would lay down and he would read in a mirror that was over his head with the books that were, behind him. And they figured out all kinds of different systems so that this guy could continue down this road. And apparently, you overcome, you adapt. And
You
she
figured
did
it out. Mhm.
exactly that. Very impressive. In her healthiest years, she climbed in only to sleep about 9 hours a night. Her time in the iron lung was a respite for her one working lung. Jeez.
Golly.
Polio was a nasty thing.
Mhm. That is a little bit before us.
Yeah. Well, out of all the stuff that people are talking about with the whole vaccines and RFK Jr. and so on and so forth, I don't think anybody is suggesting you don't take the polio vaccine. I don't
Nothing to
think
play
there's
with.
anybody out there that's like, don't do that. No. everybody takes the polio vaccine. But they always kind of use that as a worst case scenario. We're going to have people with polio everywhere. No, we're still doing that vaccine. We're not saying all vaccines are bad. We're saying there's too many of them. It's not unreasonable to suggest that maybe we need to take a look and see which ones we could do away with. A novice Argentinian pilot was forced to land a plane on his own after his instructor fell from the aircraft. Her instructor, I should say.
Or jumped.
Could be. According to the Daily Mail, instructor Leandro Bartazzo, 42, and a 22-year-old student pilot were flying a Cessna C-150 during an instruction session in Argentina's Cordoba province Saturday afternoon. Bartazzo, who reportedly once flew commercial planes in Chile, told the student to keep moving forward before he took off his headphones, gathered his phone and other items for the cockpit, opened the plane's door, and jumped out. Alone in the cockpit, the student radioed the tower to report that what had just happened and began the process of returning to Coronel Almeida Airport during declaring an emergency. She was able to land the plane without any assistance. Eduardo Alvarez, director of flight school flying Parrot Cordoba, praised the student pilot for being mature and professional.
His name Ted Stryker.
Did they go and...
So, when you're first hearing this story, you're like, well, he jumped out. He had a parachute, right?
Nope. They found his
didn't
body
have-
later in a nearby field.
What was that all
What the heck
about?
happened there?
Argentine officials are still investigating the incident, including whether the plane had a faulty hatch. He gathered
He
his
jumped
stuff.
out.
He took off
of
his
the
headphones
plane.
and gathered his stuff.
Yeah, sorry, he didn't just fall out. He jumped. At least he didn't take control of the plane and dive it
Yeah,
down
that's
into
true.
the
and
ground.
take her
Yeah.
with him.
That was thoughtful of him.
Yeah, very nice.
Eee.
Can you imagine the panic in her that, here she is a novice pilot, and all of a sudden she's dealing with a situation you would never want to deal with in your life, and now you got to think about, I've got to save myself and somehow get this plane down.
She
That
was,
being said, with her landing the plane, does she now get her pilot's license?
She
I
should.
think they give it to
Yeah.
her that day.
I think so.
I'm like, you win. Here's your license.
She's calm, cool, and collected. She's like, Houston, we have a problem. Let me speak to the instructor. Boy, I'd like to.
Gee.
He just opened the door and jumped out. I think I heard him yell, Geronimo! I don't know what that was all about. Just gone. By the way, respect to the Belgium team for beating the U.S. horribly in the round of 16 and then doing the Trump dance to troll us.
Nice. YMCA.
I've done it. I've trolled other teams with their own little moves. I've done the Gator Chomp at the Gators. I've done the Tomahawk Chop at FSU. I get
What's
it.
the matter with you, Richard?
Well done. 9:36, Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. Parrot Structural Services, the guys who are going to take care of your foundation when things start to go south. There, you need experts on the scene who are going to be honest with you, straightforward with you, and who have got the experience and the integrity you're looking for. That's Parrot Structural. Mike and the boys over there have always taken such great care of their clients. They get so much business out of word of mouth. Hey, who was that who fixed your foundation? They looked like they knew what they were doing. Oh, they did. Parrot Structural, 668-2626. ParrotSS.com on the World Wide Web. Licensed, bonded, insured, E-Verify compliant, and the only ones I trust to look at my foundation, Parrot Structural Services. Christopher Nolan is facing a growing backlash over his casting for The Odyssey and his historical accuracy, and consequently they are canceling a whole bunch of pre-screenings for movie influencers. Yikes.
What's up with that?
Well, he cast Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy, woman who Homer described as Lily White. So, yeah, let's by all means, let's get an African black actress to portray her. Cast Elliot Page in the role of a great warrior. We originally thought Elliot Page was going to be Achilles, but no. Instead, Elliot Page is Sinis, a great warrior who fought alongside Odysseus during the Trojan War, and rapper Travis Scott as an unknown male character in the epic tale. Sure, why not?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound like that would go over very well.
I think, one ex-user put it exactly correctly. All Christopher Nolan had to do was deliver a visually stunning take on a classic, and he'd have a huge hit. Instead, he decided to ruin it with questionable modifications. Some say he bowed to the woke crowd. Others say he is the woke crowd and was trying to make a statement. Regardless, go woke, go broke.
Wow.
Yeah. I find it difficult to believe that anybody, when I first heard Christopher Nolan was doing The Odyssey, I was like, well, that's going to be great. That's going to be huge.
You would automatically think that.
Then you start hearing about these casting choices and you go, no.
Dude,
Oh,
what are you thinking?
I think not.
Especially after having done Oppenheimer and casting that one so well.
Yeah, I did a great job with it.
Have we not seen enough that woke doesn't work?
You'd think. I know that they make a lot of rules and regulations having to do with Oscar contention, that you have to have, somebody of this ilk and somebody of that ilk.
So you have to have a
and
certain amount of wokeness in order to get the
Apparently
award.
so, yeah. So they need to rescind those. Those are really terrible rules. As long as you tell a story very well, that's all we really care about, right? That's what a good movie is. Burger King's original chicken sandwich is back. I've missed it.
You have?
I'm talking about the long
yeah.
one with the
Yeah.
sesame
Chicken
seed bun.
Mm-hmm.
Had that mayo on it, and then it had the lettuce, the chopped lettuce on top. That was one of my favorite chicken sandwiches from a fast food place before Chick-fil-A, of course. Now he's brought two friends with him, the new loaded jalapeno and the new chicken club. In both cases, you get the fried chicken patty. The loaded jalapeno also has cheese, jalapenos, looks like crunchy fried onions, maters, and lettuce. And the club, of course, has got exactly what you would think, which would be cheese,
Lettuce,
bacon,
tomato, mayonnaise.
lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. Yeah, you got to have that. The bacon's got to be on there as well,
Yeah.
of course. Now, if they can just get the order right and get it to my car hot, I'm on board. I'm ready to go.
Well, let me know when you get that.
I will let you know.
Okay.
Mm.
So sad.
I really loved that original chicken, and I loved the parm version as well. They had a pretty good chicken parm version of that. They basically just threw some mater sauce on top of it with a little provolone cheese, and I was
It was
like,
good.
I remember that. It was tasty.
Yeah, poor Burger King. Krispy Kreme Japan just announced, you can eat donuts.
Oh, they better not do this in the U.S.
We saw what happened to Red Lobster.
Or you
Running,
can eat shrimp.
Shrimp and
Yeah.
donuts.
running from July
Not
30th
seeing the
through
combo. Not seeing the connection really. there.
Well, really, chicken and waffles. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Running from July 30th through August 18th, the limited time promotion invites guests to enjoy unlimited, freshly made, original glazed donuts for 45 minutes at two Tokyo locations.
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
That's it?
Oh, here comes the Krispy Kreme
Oh,
challenge.
this is
Yeah.
going to be crazy.
Yeah, here comes Kobayashi. He's going to put them out of business.
Yeah, exactly.
Admission costs 1,760 yen, or about $11.60 U.S.
What?
For adults.
Admission?
Which happens to be roughly the same price as a standard dozen of original glazed donuts in Japan. Guests can order up to 12 donuts at a time and enjoy unlimited self-served iced coffee, iced tea, and lemonade throughout the season. Every ticket also includes one complimentary peach jelly and soda, available in either orange and grapefruit, pink grapefruit, or peach and mango. Okay.
And this is in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get right over there. Get that all-you-can-eat donut deal.
For 45 minutes.
That's it.
45 minutes. You go home now. You scare my wife. Reese's Pieces has just got its first new flavor in over a decade. I didn't even know they had flavors of Reese's Pieces. Did you?
No.
Hmm.
I thought Reese's Pieces was Reese's Pieces.
That's what I thought too. But apparently, the
Called peanut
signature
butter.
peanut butter flavor with a crunchy chocolate cookie center is the new poppable snack.
Is that kind of like the center? What was it that we tried that had the poppable center not long ago?
Those were
The freeze-dried M&Ms.
Yeah,
freeze-dried
that's what I was thinking. Will it be similar to that?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to try some and find out if we run across them. We can do the taste
Little
test.
taste test.
Give that a try. Do we ever taste test anything healthy? Stupid
No,
question.
we don't. There's no point in that. Life's too short.
It is.
What fun would that be?
Exactly.
Here, let's taste test kale.
No.
Yum.
Yeah. Ugh.
Dunkin' just handed its summer menu over to Kylie Jenner.
Why?
Yeah, well, she wasn't busy doing anything else. Tree of limited time Dunkin' drinks inspired by her King Kylie era. The collection includes a candy pink lemonade refresher, pink pineapple flavors mixed with lemonade and layered with dragon fruit pieces, vanilla pink cloud latte, espresso and whole milk combined with French vanilla flavor and topped with pink strawberry cold foam, and pink lemon drop sun cloud lemonade, a luscious, creamy, and refreshing lemonade drink topped with pink strawberry cold foam. Pink has always been central to King Kylie, so partnering with Dunkin' felt like a natural extension of that world, said Kylie Jenner. 3 drinks, 3 different vibes, sweet, bold, nostalgic, all very me. I'm excited for people to try them.
I don't think she's drinking a whole lot of these.
I'm thinking not.
By the size of her,
Yeah.
if you were to drink a whole bunch of these, I can't imagine the calorie content in it.
I'm thinking I'm not drinking any of those.
No,
First thing that would happen is all your teeth would fall out because it's a lot of
a
sugar.
lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar. Secondly, you become a diabetic. That's number 2. And then eventually you become the size of a small house.
Oh.
Nutella is bringing a delicious new spread to Sam's Club, and the buzz is already building. A new twist in Nutella peanut butter.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That could work. Maybe.
Unlike ordinary peanut butter, the spread leans into dessert flavors without becoming overly heavy. It offers a balanced combination of chocolate and peanut notes that can fit
there's
everything
that
from
stupid
breakfast treats to
notes.
afternoon snacks,
White notes are for wine.
making it appealing to shoppers looking for something beyond traditional pantry staples.
And it's going to have a fantastic mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel is going to be awesome.
It's going to be in
You're
there.
going to love it.
Nutella.
Now, this is happening at Sam's Club, so does that mean that they're only offering like gigantic jars of it?
Or 2. You got to buy 2
You
big
got to buy
ones.
2?
20-gallon drum.
Like they do it with a Jif. It's like, wow, well, this is going to be in my house for a while.
And I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit upset yesterday. I just on a whim, I walked down the, for no good reason, cereal aisle. And I thought, I could use some new cereal. I'm about out of the
Was this at
two that
Sam's?
I have. Yeah, Sam's
Yeah.
Club. Well, they used to have like 2 boxes of Honey Nut Cheerios stuck together.
Right.
So you could open them one at a time.
Mm.
Now it's just one gigantic
Oh, that's
box.
not fair.
I don't know if there's 2 bags in there or if there's just one gigantic
I bet
bag.
there's
And
2 bags.
I hope there's 2 bags because if there's just one bag, that stuff will go stale before I ever get near the bottom of it. It's just too big a box. It's ginormous. But there wasn't any flavors there I wanted. It was all sugary crap. You know, it was all, well, actually, there was Raisin Bran, and I did think about that for a minute.
It's got a little sugar in it.
It does have some sugar in it,
Yeah.
but it's also raisins and bran, which are all good things. The problem is, again, I looked at it and I went, if there's not 2 bags in there,
I think there is, Richard. Even if it's one box,
mhm,
there's probably 2 bags.
you don't know that, though.
Shouldn't
Do you
it
know
say
that?
so
well,
on the
Did you
box?
verify
some
that?
of the, yeah, it should say.
It
And
didn't. It said nothing.
my previous experience
It
buying
said 2
cereal.
scoops. It said that. 2
2
scoops,
scoops
of
of
raisins. It had
raisin.
that going for
Let's
it.
hope that big a
In every
box. There's
bag?
more than 2 scoops.
Uh,
Good gracious.
it was 2 bigger scoops. If anybody can tell me about this, I would love to know. 545-9950. Are there 2 bags in the giant box, or is it just one giant bag that goes bad before you can reach the end of it? 9:46 with Dixon and Vining, a brief séjour. The Dixon and Vining question of the day. Your texts all happening next.
Of love.
9:51. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. 40% chance of rain this afternoon. Same deal tomorrow, 50% on Saturday. And highs in the low to mid 90s over the course of the next couple of days. Hasn't been as humid and nasty outside as it was like last week, but there's still some humidity.
Mm-hmm.
We're using comparison shopping here at this point. We're just like, it's not as bad as it used to be. Okay, we'll take that deal. Philip says, Steve West needs a bit fat ass raise, best bumper music in the business. Give him a bit fat ass raise, Valerie.
Bit?
A bit.
Is that what he meant?
Just a little tiny bit.
A bit?
Not much.
Hmm.
Couple of bucks.
Okay.
Tops. I'm sure that's what you meant, right, Philip? Okay.
Needs a wee bit?
85-inch TV for $548 at Walmart.
Wow.
I can believe that.
85-inch TV. 48.
Wow.
Ooh.
Maybe someday. I'm still waiting for my 50-inch in my bedroom to die. Once that dies, the 75-incher
What you
comes
chewing
downstairs.
on over there?
Cough drop. 75-incher comes downstairs. The 85-incher goes up on the wall. Unless, of course, they start selling 100 inches for less than $1,000.
Where are you gonna-
I'm sure that's on its way.
100-inch TV. Where's that going?
I got a wall.
I don't have
In
a
the
place,
backyard.
Yeah, I don't have a place I could put a
That's
100-inch
what I'm
TV.
saying.
I do.
Where's it going?
That's why you need a bit-ass raise, Steve.
Apparently,
This
I
is
need a
when you
bit-ass
say,
raise so that I can
"Hey,
find
honey,
a wall to put a 100-inch.
I'll be across the street watching the TV from
That's
the
right.
neighbor's
That's
house.
You say that like it's a problem.
Don says, I worked at JCPenney in the early 80s. The first remote control 19-inch TV sold for $629.
Gee.
The consoles were $1,000 to $1,200. First VCR was $1,000.
Oh yeah.
Remote control was an extra $150, I believe. We used to have this thing, kids, called TV stores. You would go in and all they sold was TVs. And they would be full of Zeniths and Magnavox and Curtis Mathis and, Sonys and Sylvania and
Yeah.
Sanyo and you name it. They were everywhere.
The old Sony Trinitron.
Big, small, everything in between.
And they weighed about 3,000 pounds.
Yeah, they did.
You had to have somebody deliver the thing in a truck and carry it to where it was going in your house. 2 minutes.
Can you believe we're talking about this?
I can believe
mean-
it because we're old and we're on the porch again.
It's just like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, and all the shows were in black and white. If she, talking about the instructor and the pilot, Jerry says if that pilot was anything like my mother-in-law, I can definitely understand why he jumped. Ooh.
Oh man.
Ow.
Mm.
That one hurt.
Drew says, I heard the Black Panther remake is going to have Gilbert Gottfried as the main character.
That would be amazing. If you could make me the Black Panther, I would love it.
No, it doesn't work. Doesn't work, folks.
Uh,
Don't force it. Doesn't work.
Thomas says those Burger King chickens should have went to the gym and worked on their pecs. How many days in a row, Thomas? How many? How many are
Thomas.
we going to keep trying to make that joke work?
Be done.
Yeah. Still not working. Not only did they cast a black actress, but she looks like she planted the original ugly tree, says Sean. I want to see outrageously gorgeous people on my television shows and movies. It's a fantasy getaway for most people, and I'm not trying to fantasize about ugly actors.
Wow.
Not unfair. George says it's absolutely 2 bags inside the box.
Okay,
And
good to know.
He says, I saw a video of Elliot Page yesterday. She is so short, it's ridiculous to think they can fill a strong male role. They are just weird looking. Yes, sir, 2 bags full, says Rob. Thank you, Rob.
I figured that.
2 scoops in each bag.
We'll take it. Let's see some specific examples. Okay. Two separate bags, 50-ounce bucks, 2 bags. Okay. Yeah, Special K, 2 bags. It usually comes in a 2-pack box bundle. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm with you. Most oversized single-box cereals at Costco contain 2 separate inner bags. Well, I'm shopping at Sam's Club. I'm not good enough to have a Costco membership, Darren.
All right, Mr. First Class, you could get one.
I could, but I'm not going to.
But you could. You're going to have one over near you
I wouldn't want to
soon.
belong to any sort of club that would have someone like me as a member. Neil says, give him a
Yet he walks
Bitcoin.
into Sam's.
A Bitcoin. Give him a Bitcoin. That would be too much.
A Bitcoin? 1 Bitcoin.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
We had a 25-inch console liquor cabinet on the right phonograph On the left, 2,450 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so true.
I remember one of those. God, what was it? AM, FM stereo phonograph.
Yep.
Yeah, and had the big speakers on the side. Yeah,
Mhm,
I
it was
remember.
massive.
Real piece of furniture. All right, let's do this, shall we?
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
Name a song where the band's regular lead singer does not sing lead. Steve West.
Night Ranger, Sister Christian.
Sister Christian. Good one. Like
Drummer
it.
sings that.
What about you, Valerie?
Kiss, Beth.
Beth, I hear you go.
Oh yeah, that's
It was originally Peter Criss. Now they've got the new drummer singing it, and it's basically karaoke because they don't have a string section or anything with him. He just comes out front,
comes
sits
out,
down
sits
in
on
a
the
chair,
stool and sings
to a
a
recording,
track. Yeah.
and it's like, I'm watching Kiss do karaoke. How much did I pay for this
I
again?
went and saw them in '96, and I want to say it was pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Wasn't that the reunion tour where they got everyone
it
back
was,
together?
yeah.
They got Ace Frehley and Peter Criss back on board. I am going to go with, let's see, Year of 39 by Queen, right? That was sung by Brian May. If you have the Queen A Night at the Opera album, you've heard it. No
Most
doubt.
of them took at least one turn, didn't they?
Many of them did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that John Deacon ever sang anything.
I mean,
Roger Taylor sang "I'm in Love with My
I'm in
Car."
love with my car. Yeah.
I think he sang.
Of course, he wrote it too.
Dragon
so.
Attack. Yes, that's true. Let's see. Journey before Steve Perry took over. Greg Raleigh was great. Yeah. Okay. Frankenstein. Edgar doesn't sing lead. No, nobody does.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Have a Cigar. Pink Floyd. Yes, sung by Roy Harper. Notoriously, they could not come up with. Nobody could sing that song properly. And when they did it in concert, I think they finally had Roger Waters sing it, but it really didn't work as well as it did. There was something biting and satirical about the way Roy Harper sang it that was great. The Cars Drive, Benjamin Orr, yeah, that was good. Unusual one, Whale Song by the Partridge Family. Shirley Jones sings lead on that. I've got all the Partridge Family albums, so I know about this. Rock My World, Brooks and Dunn. Kicks Brooks leads, if you say so. The Beatles, Do You Want to Know a Secret, sung by George Harrison. Actually, they all sang. That's another one of those kind of all four of them sang. The Notoriously Bad Mother by the Police, written and sung by Andy Summers. Okay. The Who, Boris the Spider, sung by John Entwistle. He sang a few. He got like one an album, I think. John Entwistle generally got one an album. Let's see. Ramblin' Man, Allman Brothers. He Shocked Me, featuring the velvety voice of Ace Frehley. Take It to the Limit by the Eagles. Yes, that was sung by the aforementioned Randy Meisner. You can also say I Can't Tell You Why. Almost the only song that Timothy B. Schmidt sang lead on. There was another one called Star Love or something like that where Don Felder sang. He wrote it and he sang it. Sometimes in Winter, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Happy by the Rolling Stones, sung by Keith Richards. Yes, absolutely. I'm in Love with My Car. We got that one. Grand Funk Railroad, or an American band. Dirty Work by Steely Dan. They brought in a lead singer for that, kept him around for about one album, and then sent him packing. All right, that's it for us. We are out of here. Back tomorrow, dark and early, 6 a.m. Talk at you then. Dixon of Vining, Talk 99.5.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.